Alright, ladies and gents, today we are going to talk about buying houses in America. Man, it's expensive. But there are ways out here to help you with down payment. Let's check it out. Just because you can buy a house with zero down payment doesn't mean you should. But we'll talk about it later. Okay, let's go.
Buying a house when you're broke is pretty simple, but listen, most people say you need to have skin in the game. In your first house, put 10 or 5 or 15% down. But people need to know you can get an FHA loan on a house. You only need 3.5% to put down on the home, and then the good real estate agent, we got agents all around the country, a good real estate agent will get the seller to pay your closing cost for you. But you have to know.
All right, FHA loan only require you to have 3.5% down payment for your house. Okay, that's only one of the program.
That if you're broke, but if you have a 620 or higher credit score, you need to look into getting approved through a USDA. We've got lenders that do this stuff all around the country because it's a means and a way to buy a piece of property, whether it be multifamily or single family home. All you need is $1,000. Buying a house.
All you need is $1,000. So this guy say even you're broke, you can still buy a house for $1,000. Man, okay. Buying a house with no money down, it's a pretty dangerous move, guys. I know a couple of folks who go with that route with zero down. But because they are spending habits, right? They have to foreclose their house. Okay? Jokes aside, yes, you can buy a house with zero down or 3.5% down. But be very vigilant on what your situation is, your financial situation. Okay? Before you buy a house. Okay? It's a big commitment. Alright? Apparently this guy, what's his name? Wayne Turner, okay? He's probably a real estate agent, okay? I was a real estate agent like maybe 11 years ago. I was doing real estate sales, rental, management, and appraisals, okay? I did all three. And for real estate sales, if you're not closing your transaction on a house, I am not eating, okay? So that's the conflict of interest is. When you're getting real estate advice from people, be very vigilant if they're real estate agents, okay? There might be conflict of interest right there, all right? So, yes, there are ways to buy a house with zero down, but it might not be the best idea. Depends on your financial situation, okay? All right, so let's take a look at this one.
Well, it's official. You can now buy a house with...
It is correct. You can get into a home with zero down payment with an FHA loan with the mortgage boost. But let me tell you, to be honest with you, not only does Movement Mortgage do this, but a lot of other lenders. And let me unveil how they're able to do it.
All right.
So what the lenders are doing is that they're giving you a down payment assistance program that requires...
Down payment assistance program right there. That's a program you wanna dig into, okay? So, and it requires a minimum credit score of 620. Okay, that's aligns with what the other guy was saying, right?
There's a minimum credit score of 620, and the down payment assistance program is adding 2 additional points to your interest rate. I keep telling y'all, everything that glitters isn't gold. Don't believe me? Come watch.
Okay. Really
As
tempting.
you can see here, it says that the movement boost can cover the entire FHA down payment plus 1.5% towards your closing costs via a repayable second lien with a 10-year amortization term and a rate of 2% above the first lien
2%.
rate. Okay, so now let's talk about what that means. And remember, I told you, everything that glitter isn't always gold. So the first lien is your mortgage company. So if your mortgage company charges you a rate of 6%, okay, that's 6% on the loan that you'll be paying at a fixed rate over a 30-year term. Then the second lien, which is a down payment assistance, is an additional 2%.
Oh.
So basically for 10 years. So that's 10 years, you'll be paying a rate of 8%.
6 plus 2 is 8. She got the math right. For 10 years. Holy cow. 8% for 10 years. Okay, well that's a lot of money.
Plus 2 is 8.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
So what that means is that hypothetically, for 10 years, you're going to be paying an interest rate of 8% for the total amount of the loan. Because remember,
she meant the total amount of the down payment loan that you let's say let's say your house is 500k, okay, 500 grand on a house. Your down payment, let's say, is 100k, okay. That 8% is the down payment assistance program. It's gonna be the 100k that you borrow for the down payment, not the whole thing, okay.
whatever you put down in down payment is subtracted from the total amount that's being financed. So now you're financing the entire amount of the loan for 10 years at 8%. Now, I'm not the smartest person in the world, but you tell me, is it really a good idea? Is it really a benefit to you that they just made this sound really, really, really inviting? We can get you in at no money down, but we're going to charge you 8% for 10 years.
Very inviting.
At the end of the
Okay. It is very inviting for some people. It really depends on your situation as well. Let's say you finish your education, right? You finish your college, you finish your master's degree or PhD in doctors or whatever, and you have a really high paying job. I mean like above 6 figures, right? Multiple 6 figures. But you have no money saved in your bank account. But you want to buy a house right now. This program might be good for you, FHA, whatever, right? But your income probably might not qualify for this loan anyways. So who's this loan for? I mean, if you give this loan to a person who has bad, spending habits, right? And you give him 0 down, but you charge him 8% for the first down payment loan for 10 years, and then the rest of it 6%. So your monthly payment is gonna be high, guys. So if your down payment is low, your monthly payment is gonna be high. Okay, that's the rule. So like I said, if you're not making banks in the near future, if your income is not at least 3 times the mortgage number that you pay, don't go with this route. Alright? So I think she is a real estate coach. Alright? I'll prefer getting advice from a coach than a real estate agent. Okay? A coach is much better because she's more like a real estate investor, not something to sell you stuff. Alright? No offense to the real estate agents out there. There are really good ones out there, I'm sure. Okay? Her name is Latasha McDowell. I can't pronounce her name. But check her out on TikTok, okay? Woo! Alright, let's go to this guy. Oh, wait, what did I go? Here we go.
Today I'm going to tell you how to find an affordable home under 250 grand with lots of land all over the country for no money down payment.
Okay, so this guy, I think he's a loan agent, right? So he is trying to show us like where do we find affordable housing in the country in Zillow app. Zillow is one of the my favorite app to use to search for real estate deals. And here it goes. He's gonna show you exactly the step by step to how to find those low cost affordable homes in the country that has 1 acre and above of land.
Go to Zillow.com, click buy, click for sale, Click under 250 grand.
You got it.
Choose your bedroom and bathroom count. I put 3 beds, 1.5 baths. Under property type, unclick everything but houses.
You want
Then
house.
under more, go all the way down and click 1 acre as minimum lot size. Click apply. Oh boy.
Woo! Oh
Now,
boy.
the reason we clicked over 1 acre is because these properties have more than likely of a chance to be in a rural territory, and that's good for you. Look at this one in Galesburg, Illinois. 3 beds, 2 baths, 1,800 square feet, only
228,000 house in Illinois, and monthly payment. If you put a 20% down, the monthly payment is $1,573 a month. Not a bad deal, guys. Not a bad deal. So there are still affordable housings out there in the country, and I think this USDA program is work for rural country, rural properties really well. Okay.
28 stackolas.
Oh.
There she blows. Look at all that land. Oh baby.
Oh baby.
And look at the inside.
Oh, that looks
Yes,
good.
Lord. Oh baby.
Oh baby.
There's 2 types of loans you can get no money down for on this deal. The first one is USDA. USDA has a no money down payment. You only need like a 620 score. It's a nationwide program. Has to be in a rural territory. You just need
Okay, so nationwide program, USDA, right? It has to be in the rural area, and credit score 620. If living in the rural area is what you want to do, go for this. Dude, it's dirt cheap out there.
to get with a loan officer that knows this program. If you do not know a loan officer anywhere in the country, click the link in my bio and click I want to be pre-approved. I'll set you up with a loan officer that has this program. After you are pre-approved, I will get you with a local realtor to help show you these properties and get you this deal. Or if you have a 620 score anywhere in the country except New York, you can do the new FHA program, which allows you to get this place with a 5% down payment assistance grant that will cover the 3.5% down payment you need and give you an additional 1.5% towards your closing costs.
Pretty nice.
There are affordable homes out there. Everything is not super expensive. Of course, you can't live in freaking Manhattan and do this type of deal. Venture out a little bit. With the way these prices are rising, affordable homes is the way to go. And I don't care if it's a little smaller. I don't care if it's in the sticks.
That's right. Don't do this in Manhattan or freaking Bay Area or San Francisco area. This is meant for more affordable places, right? You know, within a rural area.
You buy that home now, trust me when I tell you, in 2-3 years, and you look at your value, you will be happy you did it. So what the heck are you waiting for? Get out there and go.
Oh my gosh!
To damn.
Shit. I shouldn't be staring at the screen. You guys just do that at the end. It's crazy. But yeah, man, there are still affordable places out there in the States. It would probably not be near any like big cities. I'll tell you that right now. Most affordable stuff I see online is either in like a rural area, or in the war zones. All right. But no down payment program on these houses, I think is the least risky approach you can do this. If you're looking for like something that's, you know, so if you're broke, you have no money, right? But you have some kind of decent income coming in, and you're able to live in this rural area with your current job, then this is a really good program. Okay, this is a really good program for that situation. Okay. Whew, that guy scared me. Let's see what we have here.
More proof. We're going into 08.
Okay.
Zero down mortgages are making a comeback per CNN. The United Wholesale Mortgage will allow buyers to pay for 97% of the home value with the first mortgage and then give them a $15,000 or 3% in a form of a second. They need to move inventory. They can't move inventory.
Oh yeah, again, it's a second mortgage, right? So you gotta consider that you're paying two loans at the same time, so your monthly is gonna be high. Okay, let's see what it says.
First of all, we do not claim brokenness in this household, but I'm gonna tell you 3 things that if you're living paycheck to paycheck or don't have a ton of savings, like me and my husband literally had barely anything, you can still purchase a home. Like, it's
Okay, so her situation, she and her husband who is living paycheck to paycheck and with minimal saving, right? That's what she said. And she's still able to buy a home. Let's see how she does it.
possible to purchase a home with 0 money down. So the first thing is, I mentioned grants before, but there are grants out here that will literally pay like $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. There are cities that will literally pay for you to move there. I'm not gatekeeping. I just cannot list all of them because there are so many. So you just have to do the research. I know USDA does one, and that one, they will give you money towards a down payment, but you have to live in a rural area. But there are a ton more.
So she mentioned that USDA as well, only available in a rural area. But she also mentioned that there are other grants out there from cities that they want you to move into those areas. Up to, she mentioned, I think 40 grand. 40 grand to move to a new place. Okay, that's pretty good. Now my next question is how do you search for those grants, right? If she reveals that secret to us.
Also do loan programs. Basically, you don't have to put 20% down on a house. There are banks that do 97% financing, 98, 99, and even 100%. And with 100%, you do not have to put down a down payment. Again, just search for it. First time home buyers programs, 100% financing loans.
Wow.
Again, there's a ton out there. So the next thing is something that people really don't know or don't talk about. So when you close on a house, there's something called closing costs. And that can be anywhere from like 1 to 3%, sometimes even more of the cost of your home. We did not pay these. We had the seller pay them. So when you're doing your offer letter, you can tell your real estate agent, hey, I want the seller to pay all of my closing costs. That will...
Yeah. I think there was another guy mentioning it as well. Yes, you can. There are going to be closing costs for buying a house, and yes, you can negotiate with the seller to have them pay it. But you have to keep that in mind that if the market that you're buying is a seller market or a buyer's market, right? Like places in the Bay Area in California, it's definitely still a seller's market. So there's no room to negotiate anything. If anything, you kind of have to like pay higher than the asking price to get the place. All right. So it's also seasons, right? Winter is a good season for a buyer to go out and hunt for a house because there's not as many buyers out there in that season.
Save tens of thousands of dollars, and again, be no money that you have to bring to closing. Another thing, which this is like more so just to like kind of ease the competition, because again, these markets can get competitive.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want the seller to pay closing costs, you need to be in a less competitive market, or if you want to pay less than what the home is being advertised at. Don't shop for houses during the spring and summer months. That is when everybody's trying to move and everybody's trying to purchase homes. We shop for houses around the holiday season. It's less competitive. Most people do not want to buy a house in the wintertime. And most people are not trying to buy houses right before Christmas. So by doing that, we pretty much didn't have any competition when putting in our offer. And the sellers typically are a little bit more desperate because they want to hurry up and get that money for the holidays. And also people just tend to be a little bit more generous around the holiday season. But now I'm going to talk to you guys about budget.
Christmas.
Because even though me and my husband make good money, again, we were not prepared to buy a home. So once...
Okay, now she's conflicting with herself. Earlier in the video, she said they're living paycheck to paycheck. And now she says she and her husband are making good money. So where do they draw the line? And how do you define good money, right? I mean, is 6-figure good money standard, or multiple 6-figure, or just making 80K at good money? I'm not sure. I mean, it really depends on where you live too, right? Good money in freaking Georgia may be good for Georgia, but it may not be good if you put that same money in New York, right? I live in California. I think I make mediocre money here, but it's pretty good in other less expensive states, I think, right?
So we decided to buy a home. We were like, okay, we got to really, really stick to a budget and cut down. And it wasn't...
budgeting and cut down. So if you know Dave Ramsey, there's like a 50, 20, 30 rule that you have 50% of your income go to your necessities, like your mortgage, your rent, right, transportation, food, and then the 20% is your savings. Okay, I personally put my savings in a high yield saving account. I use Moomoo. You can check out my link right here. There is the CRQ for the link to my reference, Moomoo, and I'm getting 5.1% annually, and the interest is calculated every single day, and each end of the month they'll pay out however much interest you have accrue throughout the month. Yeah, so it's a pretty good deal. So check it out if you want to. And if you don't know where to park your money for the emergency fund, that is a good place to put in there. All right. Oh, and you can also, if you want to, you can also invest in the account. It's a brokerage account, but all the uninvest money are accruing interest. So that's a good part of it. Okay. But I don't use this platform for investing at all. I just park my money there and just let it grow. Okay. Let me tell you that if you have money in investing stocks, when a stock crash, the way I make myself feel a little bit better is I open my saving account. It's like, okay, the interest is still up. But yeah, don't invest your money in like volatile stocks and markets if you're planning to have that money saved for emergency. Or you want to save for a house, right? So in that case, you don't want to have the ups and downs of the market for those money. Yeah? Okay, back on budgeting.
Easy, but once you get it going, it's really not that hard. Mm-hmm. You cannot be going out to eat every night.
Oh, no.
Stop going to pay to get your hair done, your nails done, your lashes done. No. All of that stuff saves hundreds of dollars a month.
Fact, my hair, I did not go to the barber shop for past 27 years. I cut it myself.
You don't need a new outfit for every event. You don't have to go out every weekend. Paying for cocktails at dinner racks up the bill. But you'd be surprised how much just eating at home can save you money. And think about it like...
All right, no cocktails in the restaurant, guys, at the bar. Dude, just go to Winco or just like a Food Max or whatever. They have like $1 cocktail. All right, $1 cocktail. I just the past weekend I went to Winco with my wife, and we bought like just $10 of those like small bottle cocktails, and we got fucked up pretty bad just from 2 bottles, man. Just total cost $4 plus ice. Yes, you gotta have some margarita. Oh, sorry, you gotta have some ice on your margarita. Yep, but there you go. You need to go out to have a drink for $10, right? And plus tips. Not the way to save money. Oh, she also mentioned eating at home, right? Not going out to eat. Eating at home doesn't mean you order Uber Eats, okay? It doesn't mean you order like stupid stuff from like, I don't know, Applebee's for $50 and you pay like $20 for tips and delivery fees. No, that's not. I don't think that's what she means for eating at home and save money. Okay. I think what she means is like you go to the grocery store and cook your own food. Okay, that's the way to go. Boom.
Like this. If you save $500 every month for 10 months, that's $5,000. And I feel like $500 a month sounds like a lot, but when you actually take a look at how much you're spending on BS every month, it really isn't that much. But I promise the sacrifice is worth it. Like, owning a home has a greater return on investment than indulging in things that satisfy your cravings for a little bit. But it is possible, trust me. First of all, we do not claim brokenness in this house.
Okay, so yeah, owning a home does feel good, man. Having your own property laying around, have your own land, having your own pouch, it does feel good. It does take some sacrifice. Budgeting is important. It's very important. You and your spouse or your family, whoever want to purchase the house with you, they have to get on the same page as you financially. All right. And you gotta have emergency money. Okay. Like again, put that money, stash that paper in the Moomoo or any kind of high yield saving account. That at least you get you 5% a year. Okay. You gotta have that. So make sure you are covered on that one. To this day, I don't recommend if you buy a home if you don't have any savings at all. Even you are gonna become a doctor, all right? So I bought my place with 5% down because I used my VA loan because I'm a veteran. I could have paid the 20%, but I did not because I don't have enough emergency fund to cover my expenses if in case I lose my job, right? And it happens. It happens to everybody. Layoffs are real, okay? So even though I can pay 20% on my house, I only pay 5%, okay? Because that way I have my savings are still in my bank. So in case if I get laid off, I can still have money to pay the mortgage for 6 months or so. So I won't be homeless at that point. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, good programs, FHA, whatever program, USDA, whatever the programs out there, use them wisely. I won't say they're all bad, but use them just wisely. You gotta be very vigilant about how your financial situation is. If you are indeed living paycheck to paycheck and have no savings, it's time to up your game. Okay, either work a second job or a third job even. All right, stack up some saving first. All right, you gotta stack that. Can't repeat myself anymore. Just save your money before you buy a house. It doesn't have to be 20%, but at least if you go into a mortgage, can you ask yourself that if I lose my job today, can I cover at least 6 months of the mortgage payment? If your answer is yes, then go for it. If you go into a house mortgage payment, you buy a house, okay? And all of a sudden, you lose a job and you have no money in saving. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Just save up your money. I know it's hard out there. It's a grind. Nothing comes easily. Okay? As Americans, we are already in a better place than a lot of people in the world. So I bitch around. I bitch a lot too. I mean, like all the stuff that I have to do to, own something that belongs to me. But as long as you put in the hard work and work smartly, yes, you'll get there. 100%. Alright guys, I think my light just turned off. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time, man.